All right, so good to see you all. I'm so glad that you guys could make it on this nice summer evening. It is a Monday night instead of a Tuesday this week, and it's just temporary. The rest of the month, we're going to be back to Tuesdays again, like regular programming. And so tonight we have some fun stuff and some exciting stuff about August leading into, can you believe it? Fall. Can you believe it? Like, oh, it's been such a fast summer, but really excited to be sharing on what's all going on in August. And so we're going to open with Sheila sharing the August incentives.
Yay, incentives. Okay. August incentives. So right now, the $1 VIP membership continues until the 9th.
Hmm.
You still have time to tell everybody about it. $1 membership. Very, very excited about that. The Give 10 and $10 product credits still up as well. So when we start adding all of these incentives together, when you start adding them together, the discount that people get is crazy. So I would encourage you to add those together. Save 10 still up as well. So this one is for Give 10 is for new VIPs. Save 10 is for VIPs who haven't ordered in a calendar month or more. And so they can save $10 off of a purchase of 50 PV or more. We still have double business building bonuses, which is fantastic. VIP customers who upgrade to brand ambassadors in July or August will earn a double business building bonus when they sign up a new qualifying level 1 VIP customer. So your new VIPs, when they sign somebody and they go silver, even just one person, but let's talk silver, they get double bonuses instead of just the regular bonus. So that would be fast start and double if they went silver. That's crazy. That's crazy money. We get to tell people about that. Retain and grow. This one I was really excited about. We have a pickleball court on our yard in our tarp shelter. And my kids love playing pickleball. My husband loves playing pickleball. We went camping this weekend and we played pickleball. So this is super cool. A Plexus branded pickleball set. How cool is that? Enroll 4 qualifying level 1 VIP customers with a 100 PV order or more, while retaining 3 level 1 VIP customers who enrolled in July and place an order of 50 PV or more. Or enroll 4 qualifying level 1 customers with a 100 PV order or more and develop a level 1 silver. Super doable. So seriously, and if you don't play pickleball, what a great gift for a friend. Like, how cool. Like, and I'm just going to say like this, we have bought a lot of pickleball sets. They are not cheap.
Yeah.
They're very expensive. Very expensive. Rank rewards continues. This is super sweet. I will let you guys read this yourselves instead of me trying to explain the numbers. This post is pinned in the team page. It's also going to be in boards. So read through it and you'll figure it all out. Our featured product is X Factor Kids right now. One of my favorites. In the US, it's all flavors of active. Leaders Retreat contest starts in September. So start thinking about that already. That's going to be coming out really soon. Now is a really good time because usually they have retention credits. Anybody you sign now is going to be retention credits in September. So think ahead, work ahead, and remember that our business runs on a 90-day cycle. The work that you're going to do now is going to pay you 90 days from now. So when you show up consistently every day, it is going to benefit you in the long run. And I think that's everything for today, unless I have missed something. But yes, you will find all of this in the team page and in boards.
Thank you so much. Definitely something for everyone. Like I find like that's where Plexus has really, really changed. It used to be like every now and again, maybe once per quarter, maybe, like twice a year, Plexus would have a sale. And we would be like all over that like a dirty shirt, right? And now we get incentives where it's like pertaining to almost every group in our demographic. Like it can be previous users, it can be new users, it can be long-term faithful users, and all of those things are good. So excited for that. I think being aware of what it looks like to be able to work your business according to what the incentives are helps you to see of what you need to do daily, like breaking it down, making sure that you know, okay, so I want to bring in 4 new people. How is that going to look for me? What am I doing on the daily, right? And setting your goals accordingly. Okay, today I was talking a little bit about people sharing their story, and Brittany so kindly offered, said, put me in. I love brave people. I told her that. I love people that just say, okay, I feel a little bit scared, but I'm just going to do it. That's just, jumping in. This is a safe space. This is where everybody loves you and knows that, we're all in this journey together. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad that you offered. And so she's going to share a little bit tonight on her little recent journey, more so recent, and what she's been going through. And I know you guys are going to be encouraged by it. Go ahead.
Hello. So, the main reason why I started Plexus was because I had very severe IBS. Yes, I had other health issues to go along with that, but my main goal was to help with my IBS symptoms and to alleviate the pain that it was causing me. Since starting Plexus just over a year ago, I no longer suffer from the IBS pain. I no longer have headaches like I used to. I have more energy for my family, and my most recent blood work actually showed that my iron levels are normal and my platelet count has gone up too. So, and that's without the use of steroids or a platelet transfusion. So that's really, really, really good because usually my numbers are really low. So because of Plexus, I've also seen huge personal growth within myself. I've not only bettered my health, but also my mindset while gaining an amazing community. So I appreciate all of you guys for that. And this is why I chose to share Plexus. Now, while I've had all of these great wins, it hasn't been easy, especially the last few months. I've had days where I've struggled to stay committed because I haven't seen the type of growth in my business that I was hoping to see, that I'm sure some of you, if not many of you, can relate to that. I've had to tell myself it's not just about the numbers on a computer or on a paper. It's not just about how many people you've helped. When it comes to this business, it also involves your personal growth, your mindset. You need to create a mindset where even though it's difficult, you keep on pushing on through. And so even though it's been hard for me lately, I owe it to myself to stay committed. I owe it to the people that I've already helped, and I owe it to those people that I will help in the future. I know staying committed to these products, the business, and my personal growth will benefit me in the long run. I've got dreams, just like all of you guys. They may be different, but I do have dreams. I want to reach Diamond. I want to help as many people as I can. I want to help my husband and I get the acreage that we dream of. I want him to be home more. I want to travel with my family. And I know in order to get there, I need to push through, even though I have bad days. And even on those hard days, I need to continue moving forward. I've also come to realize that we all need people in our corners cheering us on, but we need to be our biggest cheerleaders in order to push forward and continue going. So I hope this inspires you that even though it's hard, you keep on going, and we will be there to help you along the way. And yes, so that's my story.
That's so encouraging. Thank you so much again for sharing that. Sometimes we have to hear that along the journey, it's not all just, peaches and cream, right? It's Janelle always says, I'm sorry, it's not glitter and unicorns. And it's truly not. Some days, instead of pulling back and saying, it just all sucks today. It's so good to have this community where we can be relatable and other people understand what we're going through, and we can talk to people and be encouraged again. Thank you, Brittany, again, for sharing that. I know it fell on the right hearts here. It's so interesting to me so often when I reach out and ask people to share, and it feels like, well, I'm not sure if anybody really feels up to it today, or if they're feeling like it's something that they should be talking about. If you ever get that feeling in your belly where you're just like a little bit nauseated and you're thinking of something, that's your cue, by the way. Like, it's not up to me to come and ask you. That's your cue to come and share that, because it usually means that it means enough to you that you're feeling a little bit nauseous about it, right? And today I was like, well, God, who's there? I'm not sure who's there. And then Brittany dropped that in the chat. And you know what? The interesting piece is this is a lot of the topics that we were going to talk about tonight. And so it always blends perfectly together. I'm so glad. All right, we have been working on revamping some chats and making spaces for people that have big goals. And so often when people come to Plexus, they're always like, well, why do I need to be in a chat? Well, we're a virtual business on the most of the days, right? And so where are we going to connect? Where are we going to find friends that we relate to? A lot of that happens by Zoom, by chats, and by sharing things together. I personally feel like chats are the glue that keeps our groups together, because so much fun happens there, so much hard things get talked about, and so much is given from all the places of each valuable person there, that it's just like this well of knowledge and goodness and encouragement and everything that you do not want to miss out on. But we also want to share that with the people that want to be there, that are ready for the growth, that want to be leaning in and doing the hard things, right? And so sometimes people have things going on in their lives, and then and that's all good and fine. And then we shift and put other groups back together, right? And so it's just a large part of where you see that relationships and leadership are the cornerstone of building a good business. And it's a business that lasts because you're doing it with friends that you have made. You're doing it with the people that you're bringing in. You're building those friendships. You're developing that leadership, right? And so much of this is demonstrated in our chats. And it's something we wanted to have some conversation around. Shelley had a brilliant idea that she was going to share and do a little exercise on with us. And of course, I would never say no to Shelley's ideas, because they're always good. They're always good. And so I'm going to let you take it over and we'll do that.
All right. Thanks for coming, guys. So today we're going to talk about what our goals are for August. So me, Trina, Sheila, and Marge, we're going to share some really exciting things about our goals. So instead of me dictating, I'm just going to let one of you go ahead. So Trina, Marge, Sheila, I'd love to hear, what are your big August goals? Okay, let me rephrase that. It wasn't very clear. What is one specific action you guys are going to take in August to get better results? Okay, this isn't working. Let's go one at a time. Trina, how about you go first? Trina, can you guys hear me? Trina, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So why don't you share with us, Trina?
I don't know. It's just been a day. I just didn't feel like saying anything.
So then why did you agree to help me? Okay, well, this is awkward, you guys. This is embarrassing. We'll just move on. That's okay, Trina. We get it. You're having a day. That's fine. Sheila, how about you share, Sheila? Can you hear me, Sheila?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Do you want to share your thoughts with us?
I figured I usually do the talking, so I'd let somebody else talk.
All right. Okay. So let's try Marge. Marge, do you have any comments?
I have no value. I have nothing to say. I will feel dumb when I talk. Like, I'm just gonna let others talk, okay?
So you guys, raise your hand if anyone felt awkward or embarrassed or uncomfortable for me or yourself at any point. Did anyone feel confused? And you guys, this is what we do with team chats. And I want to give an analogy because I think team chats are hard. And when I started in team chats, I didn't know what I was doing and I was awkward and I was like, what do I do? So I just want to give an analogy because this is kind of what happens in team chats. We come and we're all excited and then it kind of falls flat and we're like trying to pull people and we don't really know what's happening. So every time I'm in a chat, yeah, Sheila, you did very good. Awards for acting, very good. Imagine Marge is hosting a party and she talks to her leaders and she goes, okay, I want you guys to all come to the party. It's going to be in my house. I want you all to bring 5 guests. Shelly, you're going to take jackets. Sheila, you're going to do food. And we all have kind of like a little bit of a job. So we get to the party and all of us just sit there. We kind of don't do anything. Our guests come, they don't really know what they're supposed to be doing. And we just kind of ignore everyone and they ask questions. It's just kind of awkward, right? Or that phone call that you pick up and then you just breathe. This happened to me the other day. I called someone at the exact same moment. So no one's phone rang and they have a hearing aid. So all of a sudden I called and I just heard this breathing on the other end. Like, can you imagine if you did that? If you just picked up the phone and breathed at someone, it would be so very awkward. So I want to go over some chat etiquette because I think there is some ways to do it well. And everything I say has 2 ditches, right? Everything we say, there's going to be this road you can follow where you're taking from a chat, you're being that awkward person who's really not contributing and you're doing nothing. Or you can go to the other side where all you do is chats. And you're like, I'm so busy working today. I contributed to 52 chats, but you haven't posted, you haven't talked to anyone, you haven't taken care of your customers. So there's the 2 ditches, okay? So I'm going to say everything and I'm going to ask us to kind of filter it through reason and logic. But everything we talk about, I want you to think about how would you respond to a 3D person if they were in your living room, if they were in your space, okay? And we can type this out and put it somewhere as well. So, or you can take notes, whatever. Number 1, it's not all about you. A chat is to give and to receive. Keep in mind with the chat, if you have a leader, your leader has a very specific personality with one trait. All of these leaders, as I look through the people I know, me and Lisa are on the same team, you could probably not find 2 more opposite people on the planet. Some people really respond to her in a way they just don't respond to me, right? Marge and Sheila, they're very opposite. And so to be in a chat, you definitely can give and you can receive. You have value, like you do. You have value that other people don't have. You have a story other people don't have. You have an experience other people don't have. So when you're coming to a chat, it's going to be vulnerable. And sometimes it can be really hard because sometimes we might say something and we say, where do we find this? And someone says, well, you need to like find it yourself. And you're like, oh yeah, I kind of should have known that. And you feel kind of uncomfortable or, you know, or you say something and someone disagrees with you. It's not meant to be personal. It's meant to be a place of learning and growth. So when you come to a chat, ask yourself 2 questions. What value can I add? And what can I learn from others that will actually grow my business? Number 2, if you don't have time every day, all day, that is okay. We all can't talk at once. Think of a party analogy too, right? If we're at a party, not everyone's going to say everything at the same time. One person's going to talk, and sometimes you just need to ponder. But the awkward thing, here's what happens. When someone posts a comment, it shows the bubbles of who saw it. If you have 15 bubbles down there and no response, and a response doesn't have to be a comment. A response can be a heart or a 100 or a happy emoji. What happens to the person that just did it? They go, did I say something wrong? Should I remove it? Should I delete it? And they just feel uncomfortable. So if you have the time to open a chat, respond to it right away. If you don't have time, that's okay. What I do is you can actually mute your entire messenger. And so you control messenger, messenger doesn't control you. So I have times during the day where I go on, I check the chats at 7:30. I check the chats at 10. I check the chats at 1. I have times where I open messenger and I go in. And then I have a triage system. My brand new customers are first, my team chats first, my leaders are first. And if I only have 10 minutes and that's all I get done, that's all I get done. And there might be like a whole day where you don't get to the abundant wellness chat. That's okay. It doesn't mean you have to go back and read everything and like comment on all the things. Because imagine, remember that in real time. Let's say there's 5 different conversations that have happened. So imagine 5 people phone you and then you walk into a room and you say, Marge, I'll be there Friday. Sheila, I'll take 2 dozen eggs. And you like, people would be like, what are you talking about? It's so disruptive. So if you miss something, that's not a problem. Pick up where you are, right? So it's a triage. Feed your family first, do your own IPA, because we can use chats as an excuse to not do work. I would way much rather talk to you guys sometimes and have hard conversations with customers. Like I just rather would. Sometimes I'm like, oh, yay, this is exciting. I'm like, no, Shelly, do your other stuff first, right? And so we have to take care of all of that first. So if you don't have time, leave it. Then when you have time, respond to what you read. When you walk into chat, read the room. And I've done this a few times. I'm like, oh, I've looked for it 5 places. I can't find that. I quickly pop something in, and then you realize someone's like divulging some huge thing, or there's the middle of something and you just kind of barge in like an elephant. Apologize, slowly back out of the room. It's all good, right? So take a couple minutes to see if is there something heavy happening right now. If you can wait and it's not an emergency and someone's having this big conversation, or there's back and forth, or Marge is asking for feedback and people all over the place, maybe just wait, right? So it's kind of a little bit polite to go in and read the room a little bit and see what's going on. I went through silencing notifications, that can help. And the last thing is leadership in chats. If you have one person in a chat, you're a leader. If you don't respond, they're not going to respond. They're taking their cues from us. Think of, we're taking them to a brand new cultural event. They don't know the culture. They don't know what the rules are. They're following you. And if you go in and you're not saying anything, they're not going to say anything either, because they're going to think that's kind of the norm. And so if you want to engage your people, you can tag them. You can say, oh, hey, Barbara, did you see what Sheila said? I think this applies to you. You can talk to them personally and say, you know, I really think this is a great thing. Sometimes you don't understand where I'm coming from, but like Stacey's your person. She's young. She's in your generation. She's got all the things. Maybe she would be a good person. She's got some really good things. Every Monday, she has these brilliant things to say. Why don't you try to listen to some of that, right? Like it's your job to teach people kind of how to feel comfortable in chats. None of these are hard and fast rules. I probably missed a lot of things. I'll let people, Marge and jump in if they have any other thoughts, but I just really want you to remember the chats are meant to grow you, and the chats are meant for you to give to other people. This is a give and take. You have value to give, and you have places where people need to pour into you. And if you view it as that, as a place where community happens, you can give and take, you're going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to improve and add value to other people. Chats are where it's at. It's a really great place to be.
That was fantastic. I feel like that needs to be in a condensed version in a post. Wouldn't that be cool? Would you guys like that? I think, and this is a learning curve. Like if you're brand new to Plexus, welcome aboard. This is where we build our community. This is where we get to know each other. You know, we can have fun stuff behind the scenes going on in the chats. That doesn't happen on the team page. It'd be kind of awkward if we had a post on the team page and all of a sudden all of us started talking in that post about something else in the comments, right? It's really not the place to do it. Whereas a chat, we can take these people aside and we as leaders try our best to create places of where you're going to be supported with the value that you need. But just like Shelly said, each one of you bring your own value. Never ever think that rank makes a difference. You are a grown woman. I'm going to say that because so far we have no men in our chats. You're a grown woman with your own life, your own experiences, your own value, your own strengths, and you bring that to the table. So don't fear speaking up, right? You have a place at this table. And so the more we bring around the table, the more value there is, right? Like it's just, to me, it's just like a beautiful thing coming together of everyone. And Brittany said it in the chat, we're from all over the place, and this makes it easier to stay connected. And so a little bit history on, granted, I've been here 10 years, right? I'm the old person. And years ago, when I was just starting to rank up from like senior Ruby to Emerald, just getting into Jewel, we had a culture in our team. Not every team in Plexus does this, but we had a culture in our team that was very chat oriented. And this was before Facebook did all the funny, wonky algorithm things. Like, it was more so if you put something on Facebook, people would see that. They would, if you scrolled far enough, you could see posts from who knows when, right? Not just the people that you interact with, like the algorithms are now. But with that being said, we had chats for pretty much every rank. We had rank up, excitement, encouraging chats where massive, massive growth happened. Without that behind the scenes support, a lot of these rank ups and a lot of this belief that these people grabbed onto from the other people in their chat would never have been able to be given, because we are from all over across the country in different places, right? And so when you come into a chat and you're like, I'm not sure if I should ask this, yeah, you probably should. And if someone's going to help you, by all means, right? And if someone's going to ask you another question on the question that you ask, that probably means, hey, it's somewhere easily accessible and it's right there to be found. You have access to all of that information, right? Okay, thank you, Shelley. That was really, really good. I know that everybody's going to take value from that. And oh, Tira, that's sweet. You bring such good value. Okay, so we have just posted that we're going to be starting a new book study, right? So excited for that. There's more of you that have already been plugging along in this book. This is called Build to Last by Keith Callahan. And this guy has blown us out of the water. There's so many Plexus teams that are going through this book right now because it's so very applicable. And a lot of that is because he speaks to the things that have worked because he's done it, right? And so that always feels like it's such a good path to follow, because you know that what he's sharing is there for your success. And so with this book, I have a couple notes on it because I just wanted to share a little bit what the context is. And forgive me if I'm just picking pieces along the way. I've been doing this for several team calls just to intrigue your brains to go get the link that's on the post and pop that book into your cart and get it to your door, because it'll be a really, and it's a super easy read. Like, chapters are short, verbiage and everything is super easy to understand. You'll love it. Okay, so building a business with people that want what you want. That's what we want, right? What's easier, pushing a boulder up the hill? Like, if you were to push a big heavy rock up the hill, what's easier, doing it by yourself or doing it with a group of people? It's kind of a no-brainer question, right? And that's the concept of building to last. So if you build it together, many hands make light work. That's really a large piece of the context of this book. And then getting an understanding right from the beginning that you want to get 2 to 3 people to do this with you and to do the same thing. If you, he has a daily little, it's not a podcast, but you can subscribe to his channel, so to speak. You can subscribe to it, and then he has a daily little thing that he shares. It's usually anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes long. And he was highlighting Amber Miller and how Amber was teaching golds to build golds. So he called it a gold under a gold. And if you're going to listen to it, you're going to laugh a little bit because he's got some of his terminology wrong. But hey, he has eyes on Plexus because he sees how we build. And he was like, this Amber Miller girl, she's got it straight. And so I was like, see, there's Plexus again, right? So getting 2 to 3 people to do what you want to do with you right from the start. This is where you're going to be walking into that growth. And so this is a book for people who are leaders. If you have ever sponsored one person, you are a leader. If you have negative connotations in your brain about leadership, get them out. Leadership is simply serving other people. That's all it is, right? And that's where you start, by showing up, learning, and sharing what you have done so others can do this too. And so Today in our brand new chat, some of us shared some of our goals and talked a little bit about what we wanted to be working towards in August. And I feel like it's a good time right now to possibly pop our goals into the chat and encourage each other, or even unmute yourself and know that this is something that you can do. You can do this, right? He talks about the verbiage that you have between your ears is the only thing holding you back. So if you have any negative verbiage, let's get it out here. Let's make sure that we have tons of encouragement around us to counteract that and to know that that is not the truth, right? So one example, I'm going to start. You guys can pop yours into the chat if you want to. One example was for myself, just a story from my past. I had been Emerald for 3 years and I had been grinding. Like if I say I had been grinding, I worked full days. I wanted my business to be our full-time income. I was very, very driven on making sure that I wanted this to grow and to grow big, right? And so I had been at Emerald for 3 years and I was really, really working on developing more people and bringing in more leaders. But first, I needed to be able to share the things that attracted other people, right? And so a couple of the things that he talks about in the book is your energy. Your energy is transferable. So one of the sales quotes that John Maxwell has is sales is simply a transference of energy. So what you show up with is what people are going to tap into. And so if you're like going in your stories on Instagram and you're like, yeah, I have this business opportunity that you guys could do too, you know, and it's good. You can come too if you want to. How many people would actually say, oh, I want what March has? Probably none. They'd probably scroll before you were even done talking because your energy is very unattractive, very not magnetic, right? If you show up and you're like, guys, you are missing out. Like this is truly the place to be. And I'll tell you why. And sorry, I don't talk like that in my stories, but whatever. I'm good at acting because Shelly's calling us out now. If your energy is real and it's excited because that's where your heart is with those goals, that's going to be transferred to your audience. They're going to hear you. They're going to want what you have, right? And so energy backed up with the action speaks to a lot of people. As soon as you put that action into gear and you're moving forward with doing the things before you know how to do everything, right? You're never going to know how to do everything. So the big thing about action is I always feel like you have to remind yourself, some will, some won't, and some do, right? You can talk to a lot of people, and I believe that Barb shared this in a chat somewhere. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's actually not in this one. You talked about if you talk to 100 people, 50 might respond. 25 of those 50 might say, you know, all those stats. Do you have that handy, Barb? If you do, I'll come back to you. It's basically about sharing where you're going, even when you don't know how you're going to get there, right? You're going to get there either way, with or without that person. But you're sharing because you're excited and you know that you can do this with whoever decides to come and join you. Okay, I'm going to give you one story here that's in this book because it's such a simple example, right? Imagine you're sitting in the stands of a gymnasium, and down on the floor of the gymnasium are 10,000 little cups flipped upside down. Those 10,000 cups represent potential people you can talk with about this business. Under those 10,000 cups are 5 diamonds. Those diamonds represent 5 true leaders. How fast would you go down there? How fast would you start flipping the cups to find those 5? If you flipped a few, you didn't find a diamond, would you stop? Would you know which cups were the diamonds were under? Everyone wants to know how long it will take for the business to take off for them. How many people do I have to talk to? They ask. I don't know. It's rare, but maybe the first 5 cups you flip are the leaders you're looking for. Most likely not. Maybe you flip half the cups and you find all of your leaders. Maybe you flip all the cups except for 5, and you don't find any leaders until those last 5. I can't predict how long it's going to take you, but a sure way to fail is to stop flipping cups. This business is built by conversations, right? Connecting with people, talking to people. And it's so good because along the way, you're going to be building friends. You're going to be seeing who wants to do this business with you and who's there for long-term, short-term, whatever it is, right? Your skills, energy, momentum, passion, and the speed at which you connect with people about this business will determine when you find your 5 leaders. And so, okay. I love seeing your goals. If anybody has something to share on this concept and what you've been taking away from hearing this, share away. I would love to read some of your goals there a little bit. Sheila's getting a pickleball set. Okay. That is like 4 new enrollees and a level 1 silver, right? Trina, my August goal is to re-rank Ruby and help 2 VIPs go silver. Focusing on retention and duplication. Wonderful. Dwyla, I love that you called out your goal in the chat already. What did you say about that? You said something, you might as well speak it to life. Speak it like it's going to happen. Brittany, helping a VIP go faster at silver, and then perfect. The only way to get out of your season that you think that you're in is to do the action, right? You're only stuck in your mind. You're never stuck in your actions. Ruth is re-ranking silver. Wonderful. And Atira is developing at least 2 silvers and senior silver, and sign for yourself. Go for it. All right. And Shelly is increasing by 50 points, and Barb, 3 level 1s and help 2 go silver. Barb, August goals to earn a pickleball set. Help those 4 bring in 4 go silver. Whoa. Barb's got big goals. Wonderful. Exciting. Okay, I'm going to close a little bit with this, all of what we talked about today. The chats, building to last, whatever, all the August incentives, everything that we talked about today boils down to one topic, and that's called IPA. Income producing activities, right? And we can get really wrapped up in this, and we can, develop stories in our head about what this actually looks like. And we'll have things like, I've run out of people to talk to. I don't know. Well, I'm just getting no's, or I'm just being ghosted, or, and all of these things, guys, is just a growth process of you developing you to become better at what you're doing, right? All of these things are growth things that will happen. The more that you do them, the more skills you will develop to become really good at them. And so in order to become really good at them, you have to do what? A lot of cup flipping, a lot of looking for a lot of people, which is going to bring you into a lot of conversations. And so you heard Shelly say that if she triaged in her chats, what came first? Her customers, her new conversations, the exciting ones that are going to come with you and take you further in this business, because that's going to be the culture that you're developing in your team. Bringing in those friends and saying, hey, we have fun here. Like, let's do this together. You can do this. You're really good at such and such, right? Okay. Anybody have something to share on that? Are you feeling scared? Are you feeling excited?
Just remember that your body doesn't know the difference between being nervous and scared and excitement. So just tell your brain that you're excited. Every time you're feeling really nervous, just say, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Even if you really don't believe it, just keep saying it until you've done it. And then you'll be like, oh, wait, I did it. It wasn't that bad. I
Exactly.
did that a lot whenever it came to like getting on a zip line or doing something that I really don't want to do. Oh, wait, I'm not scared. I'm just really excited.
I just read yours, Stacy, about fear and failing, and I actually did a post on that tonight. And John F. Kennedy has one of my favorite sayings, and it's those who fail miserably will achieve greatly, right? Like we never, ever have to face anything embarrassing or awkward or uncomfortable, and we never have to fail. We could totally live a life of comfort, but we will be mediocre. We will never have the highs, and we will never achieve what we're meant to achieve. So for everyone here that feels that's a little bit afraid, we all have felt it and we all continue to feel it. As leaders, as soon as we realize that everything's comfortable, that's a cue that, oh, I'm failing at that and I need to go try something hard again. So it's normal and it happens, but like we're all just kind of failing together. And look at the big community of women who are have your back. And it sounds easy to get over it, but it's like, it's hard. We've all been there. So don't shame yourself, but also know that you can do it, right?
And the hardest place to be when you feel that the fear of failure is holding you back is to not do anything. As soon as you step into action, let it be imperfect action. It's totally good, but make sure that you're doing something, because the doing is going to take your mind off of the failing. And you're probably not failing. You're probably just thinking that you are. If you haven't seen, is Lena Neufeld on? Is that who I'm reading here? She's had really, really good posts and stories. Hi, Lena, on sharing the business. And she told me if I have goals this big, then I have to be talking about the business. And today she talked a little bit about, I was just watching some of your stories. She talked a little bit about of how she had shared some nursing bras and she's going to have a baby and how many people had helped her and given her suggestions, right? That's social selling. We all do it, and we all do it so well because we want to help each other. So why should we be scared of sharing our social selling that is a gift to so many people, right? That was really good, Lena.
And today she came into our chat and she has created a wall, and this isn't the first time she's done this, of like stickies that whenever somebody joins, she has her setup of what each one of them means. Whenever somebody joins, they get removed, and as more and more join, the more get removed, the closer she gets to her goal. And I know the last time you did this, you shared this in your stories and people watched as your kids took them down and stuff, and it was so encouraging to watch, because it makes your goal so visual for the people watching you, and people want to help you. Like they want to be a part of your goals and your dreams. They love seeing people push for things because they're like, it gives them this hope of, oh, if she can do it with 3 little kids at home and pregnant, then yeah, I can do this too. Of course I can. So very excited to see what's going to happen this month with your goals, Lena.
That's so good. That's so good. So I feel like we are going to, I talked to Sheila a little bit about this. We're going to be sharing a couple more posts just to explain some basic IPA. When you have new people come in, there's several new friends on here tonight. I think Arlene is new, right? Nice to meet you, Arlene. And sometimes it's like a little bit like, where do I start? What do I do? Right? Like, I don't know. Like I can talk to people when I meet friends, but what do I do online? We have some amazing posts and places that where you can get tips, ideas, start thinking about people. Your sponsor is going to help you with 3-way conversations. All the support and the backup is there. But I feel like some of those posts we should be refreshing and reusing for new people coming in. So stay tuned for that and then share that with your new people that want to be sharing. Anybody else have something they're working on or that they want to share here tonight? thank you all for coming, sharing your summer evening with us. It was a wonderful time. I'm going to be posting this recording in the team page as well. Have a great night, guys. Take care.